evening and welcome to Sundays with Neelu. I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for all your story responses on last week's story. My prayers and best wishes to you and your family members. Congratulations to the pinned comments, Adil and Moksh. So this week's story is about a boy and his mother. Yeah, so the title of the story is The Thief and His Mother. So once upon a time, there lived a boy and his mother in a small town. So the boy was very, very naughty. He would keep his mother busy all day. He would do a lot of naughty things. So once while coming back from the school, he stole a book of his classmates and he got it and he presented it to his mother. He said, "Mother, this is a book which I stole from my classmate." So the mother said, "Oh, is it your classmate's book? But did anyone see you stealing it?" So the boy said, "No, no one saw me." "As long as no one sees, it's all right," the mother said. And then she took that book and sold it away in another shop somewhere. And she presented the boy with an apple. She said, you took a lot of pain to steal that book, so there is an apple for you here. So the boy was very encouraged. He said, "Very nice. My mother feels very proud of me. So I shall continue doing this." So he kept on stealing small stuff from here and there. He went to shops, he went here and there, and he would always pick up something so that his mother would praise him. So the mother would always ask him, "Did anyone see?" So the boy would say, "No, no one saw me." So, and this continued, this whole program continued of stealing and getting things home continued. So then there came a time when he started growing up. Once he stole a cloak from a shop and he got it and he presented it to his mother. The mother said, "Did anyone see you stealing it?" So the boy said, "No," again. So the mother was again proud. She made his favorite dish and gave it to him. So the boy felt even better. And he grew up one day to be an adult and he started, robbing things. He became a big robber. There were thefts in the neighborhood because of him. He would go around stealing stuff. So then one day while stealing, he was caught by the police. So the people there, not exactly the people, the law, the in charges there caught him, and then they took him, to the gallows to execute him. And he kept walking through the street. Everyone was looking at him. It was so shameful. Everyone was looking at him, and his head was completely down. He bent down his head and he kept walking. As he kept walking, the crowd kept murmuring. They kept saying, "What kind of boy is this? He keeps stealing. He's a robber. He's a thief," and he keeps hearing all that. And he hears his mother's cry. The mother is also there in the crowd. And she's crying bitterly. "My son, they're going to execute him. I have to live all alone without my son. What will happen to me? What will happen to my son?" And then the son asks the guards, who are taking him. He requests them, "Can I speak to my mother for 5 minutes?" With lot of difficulty, they agree. So he goes to his mother and he says, "Mother, don't cry. Just lend me your ear just for 2 minutes." So the mother comes close to the son and lends her ear. So as she lends her ear, the boy bites it so hard that blood starts oozing out of the ear. The ear almost comes out of her body. And she keeps howling and the entire crowd they all panic. And they say, "What happened to him? What happened to this thief? He's biting his mother's ear like this, that." And then when they keep murmuring, the boy proclaims loudly. He says, "My mother never stopped me when I was a child. I kept stealing things and she kept encouraging me, and she kept telling me that as long as no one sees it, it's all right. And today there came a time when everyone is seeing me as a thief, and I feel so ashamed of myself. All this happened because of her not stopping me." So there ends the story. So the moral of the story is very clear and straight. Never beg, borrow or steal. But at the same time, the moral, what I understood from the story is never, always to keep learning, what is right and what is wrong. As children, if we don't learn what is right, what is wrong, we always end up as adults who are very bad, without any ethics, without any morals. So it's very important for us to learn, continue to learn, even as children and as adults, what is right and what is wrong. So while reading this story, I remembered something from my childhood. Once we went to a village where my aunt stayed, my elder aunt, and this was down south. And all of us were playing. There was a huge backyard, and there was a swing, and a jhula. So where we all sat and we were swinging all day and playing. And you know how children are, like we were in third standard, fourth standard. So we all were playing. So while swinging, my foot touched the ground, and a coin flipped up in the air, and I could see it. So this coin, this must be a 1 rupee coin or something which flipped, and someone must have dropped it. I don't know what happened. So it was all ground, like it was earth there. So I picked up that coin, and we all cousins sat and we thought, we were very small. We wanted to know what to do with it. Yeah, should we buy some goodies? Should we do this? Should we do that? Should we go to the shop and quickly pick up something? But then we were like, 1 rupee was a lot at that time. So we all thought about it, and then we finally decided, like I was the one to decide to put it in the piggy bank in front of the shrine. Yeah, we call it hundi. So because my dad always kept money there, all my aunt also kept money there. So I saw them keeping the money near the shrine. So whenever they went for a pilgrimage or something, that money would be carried there and put it there they would put it there. They would offer it to God. So, or they would offer it to the shrine there. So I learned that, and from my parents, or when I saw elders doing it, I did the same thing. So this is what we did as children. We never kept a penny for ourselves, and we were taught honesty at home. Probably that's how you imitate your elders. Most of the children imitate their elders. So as adults, it is our responsibility. Even if you're teaching in a school, if you're working at an office, you're doing anything, it's very important to always remember that our behavior is what is reflected outside. No one can see what kind of a person you are unless and until they see you behaving in a certain way. So our behavior counts, and that's the most important thing. So thank you so much for your patience and kind attention. I will see you again next Sunday, only on Sundays with Neelu. Till then, keep smiling and stay well, stay healthy. Bye.